Hi, my name is Park Hyung-sam. My family name is Park. In Korea, we pronounce family name first. So you can call me Park, or you can call me Hyung-sam, no problem. I am over 50 years old, and I have been practicing Tai Chi since year 2009. When I moved from Seoul to Gwangju. I live in Gwangju metropolitan city, south of Seoul, about 3 hours from Seoul. I was born in this vicinity, but when I graduated from college, I went to Seoul, and I worked there for 14 years. Then I came back, kind of transferred, the same company, but different offices. So I volunteered to transfer to Gwangju, and I got here in 2009, and I started to learn Tai Chi, Yang Tai Chi and Qin Tai Chi, but mostly Yang Tai Chi 24 moves and 42 moves, then Qin Tai Chi 81 moves, but I stopped at 17th move. So, but I forgot much of the Tai Chi, but about in 2000, I think it was 2017, 18, yeah, 2017, October 2017, I learned anti-cancer Tai Chi from my Tai Chi master, Mr. Sir, who is in the hospital at the moment. But I learned 5 animals frolics from him in 2011, and I have been practicing the 5 animals frolics ever since. Although not diligently, I practice 5 animals frolics for maybe 2 or 3 times per 2 weeks, fortnight. So I'm not diligent enough, but I know every move, and I always try to practice the fantastic stretching, Tai Chi, stretching and calisthenic exercises. I recommend the 5 animals frolics to you. Hwatua or Hwata Ogumi. My master learned the 5 animals frolics from 밝은빛 태국원 up in Seoul. They are fantastic. I was surprised at their skills, their knowledge, and their bodies are really accomplished. I think I jokingly say their bodies are enlightened. So if you want to learn the 5 animals frolics, which is Tai Chi style stretching and calisthenic exercise, I recommend you to visit Seoul 밝은빛 태국원. If you can find the website, let me know. Just a second. Yep, this is my my tea, boy tea from China. I bought it in Guangzhou, China, December last year, December 20th, to be exact. That's 1 week before the coronavirus hit the China very bad. Now it's spreading throughout Korea. So I'm going to drink boicha later. So in 2017, I learned anti-cancer Taichi Walk from my master. I paid about $150 or 15만 won in Korean won, and I reviewed the session one more time for the same amount of money. So I did the exercise course twice. Ever since I learned anti-cancer Taichi walk, I incorporated that technique into my weekend walk. About 7 years ago, I started to walk for 2 to 3 hours out in the field, out in the village, out in the mountain trails, or along the river banks. So there's about, we have Saturday, Sunday, and holiday, and we have 54 weeks. So roughly I did about 100 walks since 7 years ago. But in 2017, I learned anti-cancer Taichi walk, and I incorporated that technique into my walk. And my walk, John Keaton Jackson from Oka says power walk. So I would say my power walk got really enriched. I really like walking with this anti-cancer Taichi walk, and it's really refreshing, pleasant. You feel comfortable in knowing that in the future you won't get any cancer. I'm not a cancer patient, but I do hope this anti-cancer Taichi walk is kind of insurance against any cancer, any form of cancer in the future in my life down the road. So today, I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate how the anti-cancer Taichi walk is done. There are two types of anti-cancer Taichis. One is stationary movement, or stationary move. Another one is just walk. So for the anti-cancer Taichi walk stationary move, you can refer to one of my other videos. There are several videos both in English and Korean, so even if you don't understand Korean, you know how anti-cancer Taichi stationary move is done. But today I'm going to demonstrate how, or explain how anti-cancer Taichi walk. You walk through the village, through the small mountain or big mountain trails, or you just take a walk along the river bank. So I'm going to show you how you do it. But before I get into the demonstration, the purpose. There are 4 purposes or 4 goals of this anti-cancer Taichi walk. From now on, I would say it's just power walk. Okay. One is to have maximum amount of oxygen intake into your body and sending that oxygen to every cell as much as you can. Okay? Maximizing oxygen intake and distributing or supplying that good amount of oxygen into every cell. Okay? Secondly, it helps you to exercise. It helps you move your muscles, and in doing so, it increases your body temperature. And cancer, their growth is stunned when you have good amount of oxygen and when your body temperature increases. That's what I heard. Okay. Thirdly, it helps you to immerse yourself in the exercise, in the movement. When you are a cancer patient, I think your ideas, there could be a lot of, you are bombarded with a lot of treatment ideas, a lot of references to doctors, quack doctors, other sorceries, and you worry, there could be a lot of worries about your life, whether you would die soon, or why I should die, or why I got the cancer, while other bad people live happily their own life. And fourth, I forgot the fourth, but it makes you happy. Okay, when you are patient, when you are down on the bed, You need to move your fingers, toes, bodies, legs and arms so that you can continue to exercise. If you noticed during this Chinese coronavirus treatment, in the Chinese hospitals, the nurses and doctors teach Tai Chi to coronavirus patients. I really like that idea. When you are stricken ill, you shouldn't lie on the bed, but if you can, you should move your body, you should walk, you should eat well. So Tai Chi walk or Tai Chi exercise for the coronavirus patients, I really think that it would help them recover faster than other patients. And also when they fully recover or recuperate from the cancer or from the coronavirus attack, they have much better attitude, maybe a positive attitude, or maybe they have a better view towards their own life, you know, for the rest of their lives. This is good tea, boy tea. So now I will demonstrate how you do it. Okay, but there are several rules. Okay, when you walk, your toes don't veer to the left or right. Your toes always point forward. Okay. Some people walk like this. Okay, we call them, they walk like a duck. Okay, quack, 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 quack. It's like a duck walk. No problem for your health, but I heard that your chi energy, your unknown or hidden, unseen body energy that goes outside and does not converge. Okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be converged, but chi energy always circulates. It does not stay. It's not stagnant. When the chi energy is stagnant, I heard that you will die. Okay, so chi energy always circulates. Okay, but when you walk like these, toes turned outward, maybe your walk is more stabilized, but actually it's not good for your knees, and your body energy exudes outside. So always try to walk with the toes in, or toes straight. We call it 11, 1, 1, 11, or chopsticks. Chopsticks straight, 2 chopsticks. So walk like a chopstick, or 11. Okay. Then when you walk, some people, when they touch the ground, their leg becomes really straight. This is not good. It hurts your knee. So you need to bend your knee slightly, like 175 degrees instead of 180 degrees. Okay, bend your knee a little bit, Okay, you just don't walk like it. Okay, it hurts your knee. Some people, especially in Korea, many people walk like this. It looks like arrogant. It makes you look arrogant, or pompous, or like you have some chip on your shoulder, or you're about to go into a fight with people. It doesn't look good. Okay. Thirdly, when you walk, your heels touch the ground first. When we walk normally, of course the heel touches ground first, but almost at the same time, the almost entire sole touches ground at the same time. Okay, that's a normal walk. But when we do the power walk, when we do the anti-cancer Taichi walk, make sure heel touches ground first. So naturally, you lift your toe like a 30 degrees or 45 degrees into the air, like this. Okay. So your heels touches the ground, touch ground first. Okay. And when you touch the ground, make sure you bend your knees a little bit, not like this, like no robotic or like, I don't know, Zumba dance, but you need to be more flexible, smooth, suave. Okay? And also, when you walk, when you put your left foot forward, of course your right hand goes forward, pair, right? So it's same with the Tai Chi, but with a slight modification. This is your hands move. Your right hand touches the almost your left hand bends 90 degrees from the elbow line, okay, from arm line 90 degrees, okay, and this one, right hand, fingers, this finger, thumb touches the belly button, then naturally 4 fingers touch the dantian area, okay, dantian, Chinese name dantian, Korean name danjen. This is what the Qi energy stays, but as I told you, Qi energy does not stay actually. When the energy stays, becomes stagnant, it festers and you get hurt and you die. So actually, it's kind of a center of Qi energy conversion and diversion. Okay, so it's like a hub or burst terminal. Okay, so burst terminal for Qi energy. It originates from this dantian field, and it converges from outside. The Qi energy converges onto this area. Okay, so this is dantian. Okay, but here you give like 10 centimeters space between this belly button or dantian, belly button, dantian, 10 centimeters from your palm. Okay, either left palm, right palm, there gotta be like 10 centimeters space. You don't touch or you don't hit the dantian field. Okay, and when it touches, when your right palm comes to the dantian, it just turns inward and goes to the place just next to the hip joint naturally, and it becomes 90 degrees. I say 90 degrees, but it doesn't have to be exactly 90 degrees. It can be 60 degrees, 70 degrees, but make sure your hand is angled with the line of your arm like 80 degrees or 90 degrees. So naturally it goes like this. When palms comes to the down field, it actually drives a lot of unseen energy to your center of Qi energy center, dantian, okay? So that energy circulates or micro-circulates inside your body, okay? So it's like a sweeping Qi energy onto dantian using your palms. When it's there, it goes to the side, and they say the hand massages this special acupuncture meridian point called Huan Do. In Chinese, maybe Huan Dao. I don't know, Huan Dao. Okay, there seems to be some kind of special acupuncture pressure point or meridian point. Okay, it just remotely stimulates that point. Okay, so it has dual purposes. One is sweeping energy onto Qi energy center, then massage the special acupuncture point. Okay, and make sure you give 10 centimeters between the dantian and your palm. Okay, this is kind of a theoretic. In practice, hands like here, instead of just next to that special acupuncture point, it's just like it's parted. The palm, the right finger or right thumb or left thumb is about 30 centimeters apart, no problem. But that's the basic rules. One rule is bending your wrist. You bending your hand at the wrist like almost 90 degrees, and you sweep energy onto dantian, and you must put your hand, when it is done, to the next of your hip joint, okay, and make sure there is about 10 centimeters between your palm and the dantian. And also when you walk, your eyes look straight, not down, but up, no problem. 15 degrees, no problem. Down, sometimes down, no problem, okay? And make sure your heel touches the ground first. And when you breathe in twice, or you make a double intake through your nose, like a snoring, like a feral hog snort. You just intake oxygen as much as you can in double movement, in double intake, okay? You breathe in twice, like a stepwise, one step, twice. When you exhale, originally you are taught to exhale through the nose, no problem. But in Korea we learned to exhale through mouth, not ha, but hu. Okay, by doing so, I've done exhaling through nose and mouth, and there is a subtle difference, but I prefer exhaling through mouth because you exhale much more carbon dioxide, CO2, through mouth. Okay, through mouth. And when you exhale much, then next time you intake oxygen, the amount of oxygen taken in is much more. And also when you exhale, breathe out through your mouth, you feel like you are doing something valuable, you are doing some kind of exercise. But when you exhale, when you breathe out through nose, you feel like it's just normal breathing. You breathe in, breathe out normally for several years for the kid, or for like 50 years, 60 years through nose. So it's not much difference to you, and you pay less attention to this exercise. So for several months, I recommend you to exhale or breathe out through your mouth like this. Not ha does not drive out the used oxygen or carbon dioxide much than hu. Okay, so use hu sound when you breathe out. And at the every second breathe out, you turn your head and torso. By doing so, you twist this stomach area. Okay, by twisting your stomach area like a wringing the cloth, you stimulate the stomach, small intestines, large intestines, kidneys, pancreas, gallbladder, and liver maybe. And also it twists. It brings out a little bit more of carbon dioxide from your lungs, so that it helps circulating oxygen and the carbon dioxide in a much enhanced cycle. Okay, so every second breathe out, you turn your head and torso to the left, to the right, depending on which food was used to start the walk. Okay, so I will put every rules or suggestions into one set and show you how it is done. Let me start from my back turned towards you, and I will start with my right foot. When you start, it doesn't matter, you just walk. But actually, as a learner, we should follow the main guideline. The guideline says your right toe touches the half line of your left foot, like this. Half line, okay? Because you have to walk, left hand comes in the front, and the right hand stays on the side, on the right side, okay? Make sure his right foot heel touches the ground first and goes out, lunges forward, but make sure your legs are bent slightly, and you breathe in, you breathe out, okay? You breathe in, and this would be a second breathe out, so you breathe out through your mouth, but you turn your head and torso to the left, and by doing so, you twist your stomach area. Your torso turns about 45 degrees to the left. Your face also turns 45 degrees. Sometimes, no problem, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, okay? I'll start with my right foot. Now I will start with my left leg. So your right hand should come in front, and your left hand stays just next to your left side, okay? Now these moves are more like a robotic. But at the end of your walk, make sure you just smooth out your breathing by doing this exercise 3 times. Once, you lift your hand a little bit and turn the back of your palm, back of your hand inward, like a 45 degrees, and goes down, and you breathe in, opens your lungs. Now turn your hands outwardly facing each other and breathe out, and you feel some energy field between your palms. And you lift your hands a little bit, turns back of your hands inward 45 degrees, and goes down a little bit and opens the door. You breathe out and feel some energy between your palms, like a rubber or some kind of a soft balloon between the palms. So you repeat it, smoothing exercise, smoothing out your breathing 3 times, okay? So that's how the anti-cancer Taichi walk is done. If you do have any question, you can, you don't have to leave any comment down in the YouTube, but you can text me. I can be found on Facebook. I can reply to you within 2 weeks maybe, if I am diligent enough, but I will try to reply to you. And also, if you are a cancer patient and you really want to do this exercise, you can visit 밝은빛 태국관 in Seoul, or you can come down to Gwangju and find your home lodging for several months. It's about $200 per month. And you can do the exercise with me. Maybe once, twice I can do it with you free. But if you need my guidance, if you want to know my about 100 walking trails that I found or I trailblazed, you need to pay me. I don't know. It depends. There are about 100 trails that I use for my weekend Taichi walk. Many of them are in the mountains, 500-meter high mountains. So the air is quite refreshing and good quality. No automobile exhume smell. And about 30 of the trails are along the river or reservoir or lake trails, along the like a lake, curving, bending lake trails or river banks. The rest are through the Korea's countryside villages. You just visit village by village using the less traffic road or non-traffic road, just like a rice paddies, orchards, or small mountain hills. So I have about 100 trails that I know, and I document in my PowerPoint. So I think I can guide you through all those trails if you are a cancer patient. I've never met cancer patient myself, but maybe I could help you learn this exercise, and also keeping up this habit of walking 3 hours, 4 hours every day. You need a good coach. I can be a good coach. I am a licensed travel tour guide for Korea. I am licensed. So either I can take in foreign tourists for the domestic tour, or I can take groups of Korean tourists overseas for visiting Europe or Asia or America. So using that license, maybe I can guide you through these wonderful Southern Korea's anti-Taichi walk trails. So you can send me a message, you can send me an email. Maybe message is much better because I don't check the Google email that much unless I have a prior communication with senders. And also I work for Korea Telecom KT, the #1 carrier, telecom carrier service provider in Korea. We have the largest share of the market share, and I am a salesman. Of course, when I joined the KT, I was engineer, but I worked at the worked with the teams for our international satellite service, international telecom service, and also for 2 years I worked on the USFK project, United States Forces Korea. They had to move from Yongsan to Pyeongtaek, so we were trying to get some work, like $50 million work from them. So and also when I was younger, I was a soldier, Korean soldier, but I was assigned to the US Army for 2.5 years. There I learned some English, and also I read a lot of American books, Time magazines, online materials, and mostly I try to use English, but sometimes my English is, I like my English, but when I don't have a clear subject, or when I do the videos like this in an improvised setting, I just doing this presentation of the wheel, I mean by the seat of my pants, by the by the ear. So my English and vocabulary is limited, but I can discuss any subject with you. and I would be happy to communicate with you unless you are criminals. No. So that's about anti-cancer Taichi walk. If you do have any questions, let me know. So I walk like this, but when you walk in the mountain trails, you don't have to turn your body to the left or right at every second breathe out. When there's something interesting, you just look at it, no problem. But the main thing that you should remember is you always intake oxygen twice and breathe out through your mouth, and you swing your hands left and right like this, and your heels touch the ground first. Some people ask why we should have our heels touch the ground in our Taichi walk, not in a normal walk. Is that I think it helps the chi energy circulation, and also by doing so, you use many parts of your muscles. Okay. Instead of doing this, you use the upper muscle on your thighs so that it strengthens your muscles. The cancer patients, maybe they become laggard, but when they do this exercise in a very short time span, this exercise is designed to give you maximum amount of effectiveness. Okay. So that's about the anti-cancer Taichi walk. Thank you for your time.